people as their stepping stones to get them some places by stepping on them. We're going to try to offer something a little different. Some people are using this app because they're trying to escape the realities of life, and life can be tough. We want to offer a little something positive. What we'd like to do is, there's some things about the G code and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, that's kind of violated. People are doing whatever, like there's no codes, like there's no rules and regulations about this. What we want to do is to be able to have some dialogues amongst us that have been through some of the plights and shit like that, that been through some of the storms and shit like that, and tell y'all a little bit about how we managed to get through them. What kind of things that we found as older gents, you know what I'm saying, who's been through things that we can offer for others to learn from. We're looking to hopefully use this as a medium for therapy for some motherfuckers out there, because just like any other AA or NA meeting or whatever you might go through, that group therapy, something that might be said on some of the discussions that we have are things that y'all might be able to relate to, so that y'all know that y'all not in this alone. We have some things that y'all might be able to gravitate or resonate with you. Just like some people might have seen, I don't really watch too much TV, but I know there's a show called The View and The Real and stuff like that, where women are discussing things. We want to kind of take a different approach and come from the male side, the male perspectives of things. Let y'all know that some of y'all just ain't out here alone. You know what I'm saying? This is real life, and everybody suffers a little bit. Ain't nobody perfect. You know what I'm saying? We all make our mistakes, and we learn from our mistakes and our experiences, and hopefully we want to share some of ours or whatever, our understandings of life with y'all, so that y'all might be able to gain something from it. You know what I'm saying? At this point, there's enough scandal and gossip. We want to just, like I said, offer something out of love, out of compassion for the community. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So let me start out by saying we love y'all, and this is the reason that we want to bring this to y'all. Hey, talk to him.
I'm looking over your doc. This would be good right here. The document.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to say that to tomorrow, or you want to go over it?
No, we could go. I mean, it's whatever. No, we could say that to tomorrow. You know, it's really all, you know, that's between us.
Right.
We could definitely ask, you know what I'm saying, and get feedback from others. You know, saying, what are some topics? You know, it's for everybody. So whatever the audience might think is important for us to talk about, we should give them that opportunity as well. You know, DM us or whatever kind of questions they may have, or things that they might want to hear us discuss.
All right, since they ain't here, I'm gonna make this a little smaller because it was supposed to be somebody else here.
Okay.
Boom. Then that'll be easier if somebody. So y'all know what the idea of this show is, basically. And we go have our own topics that we go discuss, and y'all go be commenting on them. We'll touch base on that, and then we'll have it a part of the show where the phone to be open to call in or jump in the box, either or, because some of y'all don't want people in y'all business, so y'all rather call. But the idea of the show is to just stay positive and build up broken homes, or not even that, just which way to go when it's time to let go, because a lot of mothers be stuck and handicap their kids because they don't want to see them move on to college at 18 and leaving out the house. Sometimes that'd be kind of hard to do. So all this stuff that regular people go through, that's what we want to talk about, and how to make stuff work, and also how to let go sometimes when it done got too far. Sometimes you gotta love somebody enough to let them go and just let them bump their head, because all they gonna do is have you in turmoil and you miserable and stuff, and you trying to chase them, and you can't complete tasks, which might mess up the other kids or the other siblings that's around. Because usually we, as parents, we go through the most stuff usually with the first child, and then you know how to deal with it when the second one comes from the mistakes of the first one. But Sometimes it's the second child too, according to my children. But so just stuff like that. You hear me? And keeping it all the way um um positive though. So we ain't doing all that trolling and stuff. This the time where you will get kicked out because it ain't gonna be nothing but maybe an hour to 2 hours tops. You hear me? And we gonna try to get uh well, I was supposed to have somebody else. My goal was to get some people that's not as known on the app so we can start letting them see some tears. And then when y'all go watch them, y'all see other people that's got just like them so they can hit some tears and get the focus off of the shit that we be having to do on here already, trying to just switch the narrative a little bit. Start acting our age, you know. I ain't saying all day, but goddamn it, I'm trying a little bit at a time.
That's it.
All right,
Like
we
you
got
said,
10 people in the goddamn queue, and I'm go right now because B go be adding them. I'm gonna kick everybody out, and if they come back in it, then I know they want to come up. Today we just was going over like the criteria of what we gonna be doing, and tomorrow we is gonna get it all the way started and jumping. Right.
yeah, positive vibes, no doubt. Um, like you said, I'm for those who don't know me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not big personality on the app or nothing like that. I do my own thing, stay in my own lane. But the thing about it is, when you're open-minded, you can learn a little something from anybody from any walk of life. If you open up your eyes and your ears and you really give them a shot. So that being said, you never know what little jewel, what little nugget might come out from any of our discussions, from anybody that might be up here, that might transform someone's life altogether. You know, uh, it was once asked me when I was a kid from my pops, what can you give someone who has everything? And I didn't really realize until I got older, it's really just a good idea. That in itself can be a game changer. So we're hoping to sprinkle y'all with some game, give y'all some good ideas, coping mechanisms, some outlooks on how to look at things. As y'all already know, this man is a confident man. You know what I'm saying? It begins with knowledge of self. We're gonna talk about that, in depth later on. You know what I'm saying? When you get to know yourself, when you're comfortable with yourself, what anybody else says around here really won't matter no more because you are secure in that. But like you said, this is just a little advertisement teaser to let y'all know what we hoping to roll out starting tomorrow or whatever, and hopefully people will gain some things from it. Just like when if you go to a meeting in corporate America, they might be like giving you the fiscal year. We better this fiscal quarter than the next quarter, but that really don't do nothing for nobody. The real meetings is when people can walk away saying they can take some action. They know what to do. They are motivated to move now. So that's really the goal of it all. You know what I'm saying? To really get a movement of some positive shit that will help y'all learn how to navigate this thing called life because there ain't no fucking manual for it. Nobody really knows what it is on the job training. So for the most part, right here you got two motherfuckers, it's almost a century of life here. And we're just willing to open up. Let y'all know how we got to where we got, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, but when I was coming up, they said by 25, I'm gonna be in a pine box or behind the walls. And right now I'm here to tell you my testimony of how I stayed out or how I got to be where I'm at today. And I'm hoping that some other motherfuckers up here will do the same with me.
You want to give them some background on you? Growing up, single parent, both parents, schooling, gang banging, whatever. The little
Lightweight.
thesis.
Just a little something, because I know what lesson number one. The more people know about you, you know what I'm saying, the more troublesome it could be. So I'll let you know, like, so I'm in the Bay Area. I went through the whole. I'm book smart and I'm street savvy. I got the education academically, and I got the school of hard knocks. Both my folks are from New York, so I got that automatically. Harlem and Bronx background, and we moved out to California, and I learned this Bay Area shit on, you know what I'm saying, out on my own. But that being said, um, I'm well read, and I know a little bit about this life stuff, about real relationships, how to talk to people. Those who see me on the app for the last couple of months, they know I'm a competitor, which meaning I'm just able to articulate my thoughts and look at things from a different perspective. And I'm hoping that some of it can be enlightening, you know what I'm saying, one way or the other, and keeping it real humble, you know what I'm saying. I just appreciate the opportunity to be able to do that with someone who's also an articulate speaker and knows how to touch people and move people. So hopefully we could, you know, we're gonna do the damn thing sooner than later. But people can ask different questions about my personal life, and I
Hey,
might give them some, and I might not. What's happening? How you doing?
I'm sorry, Talk Slick. Excuse me, y'all. Pastor, do you need Turk?
Yeah, if he available.
Okay. So either I'll be back to let
We
you know
just doing a
something or he'll
walkthrough.
come.
But yeah, tell him we
Okay.
over here doing like a walkthrough, a little walk over what we plan on doing. We go start doing the show tomorrow though. But yeah, if he ain't doing nothing, yeah, he could come over.
Okay, I'll be back or he'll be back.
All right.
Yeah, that's just me though. I don't do too much on social media. This is not my thing, you know what I'm saying? But I try to keep my business off of the World Wide Web for the most part. But this is just me trying to give back to the community, you know what I'm saying? The best spot.
This that'll be good because that'll create some stuff that'll help the show as far as content because where you go hold back a little bit, I'm, I'm gonna open this book all the way the fuck up. Whatever, if I can relate to it, I'm gonna open it all the way up because I don't want to hold nothing back, and then it just be this thing that you needed and have to hear what happened because I held something back.
No, I feel that.
Now I think I can say it. I can say it because I'm done with my past already done.
Hmm.
You hear me? So if something was broke in my past and I didn't fix it, then it just go stay broke because I ain't going back into it.
Right,
And if I did fix it, I tell you how I fixed it. It should make sense to whoever got the same shit that's broken.
right, exactly.
Y'all can pour some y'all can pour out some lemonade if y'all want to or some tea, whatever it is. And one lady said she needs some help. She just lost her son to, I'm not sure how she lost her son, but y'all got to remember this. Like, you can't get lackadaisical with your kids, and you got to piss your kids off because kids always want to go somewhere. If you let them, they always want to go somewhere, even if it's auntie house or something. And they can't. You got to say no because the street's dangerous than the motherfucker right now. Motherfucker, they dying, and they dying around like 12. They starting at like 12 to 15 gangsters right now. So when you got kids that's junior high, just starting high school, they can't go everywhere. You gotta get in they mix. Like we don't do it like we was. You know, your parents used to want to know where you was at, who go be there, and I need to talk to the parent. And we don't do that no more. We just say go ahead. And they don't understand when you tell them no, because it always been go ahead. Not, it ain't no go ahead. No, I need to talk to somebody. And I like to see, like, you don't know, but I know. I see who your friends is. I look your friends up on Facebook and all that to see if your friends is the ones that's taking pictures with guns and throwing up gang signs and shit. Because I know you ain't going to tell me that because I'm going to ruin that goddamn little so-called friendship you got. So we
Living
say
life,
that
brother.
and the streets bad and the stuff bad now, but you know we responsible for some of that shit because we don't be attentive like most of our parents was. Shit, no, you spending the night where? Who? I'm going. I would need to meet them. No, go ahead because you got plans and you want to do stuff, or you just want to kick it by yourself, so you don't care. You just glad somebody want to watch you.
Right.
Your son got charged for posting on IG. That's fucked up.
That's on some of the there's some babies raising babies, and that's a problem in itself. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
All right.
they have no experience, because they wasn't watching Big Mama or whatever else. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know what they're doing when it comes to raising children. They really just have a friend that's 15, 20 years younger than them. You know what I'm saying? They want to be buddy buddy and shit like that. That's not really necessarily business because you got to be a disciplinarian as a parent and their first educator. So it's on you more than it is to schools or anybody else. If it takes an entire village and we got a bunch of single moms out here, then it's on all of us to be those villagers to help that child be raised.
This era right here don't help with shit. You can see an old woman getting her ass whooped by a young ass dude, and you pull your camera out and record it and try to go viral instead of breaking the shit up, telling the motherfucker they wrong, or motherfuckers really scared of these kids now.
I think the kids got a different set of values. You know what I'm saying? When we were coming up,
Yeah,
one,
but you can't be scared to go ahead.
I mean, we had the opportunity. Imagine you went outside to go play. You know what I'm saying? Kids these days, they stuck on their tablets, computers. They don't even get outside. Don't get no fresh air. They not running around. They not active. They stuck on their couch doing the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? All day long. They don't even get to have to worry about no interactive social skills in real life. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is virtual. So that, in addition to the values, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it important to really go and do I need to get an education anymore? Do I need to go to school, or do I just need to worry about how to get a bag? Do I just need some pussy and some bread, or whatever else? You know what I'm saying? Depending on who's asking or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's it's like shit. The parents ain't even giving them nothing to really be thinking about as far as what's important in life.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, good. Good. Huh? I can't get it. I'll be right back in. Cloud up. I do this like that. I don't know my food from my shit.
We gotta try to work on stop being scared. A lot of us, like I say, scared, but just know where kids will take it. And usually, you will know. You gotta at least try. You gotta at least try to say something. And by their reaction, motherfucker, you don't know me, and that's somebody that don't want to be, that don't want to know shit. But it's some people that just don't know no better. And all it take is for a motherfucker that is respected and been there to talk to him because nobody ain't ever said shit to him. And it's people they respect because of their status or because they know, or maybe you even just look like you've been in my shoes before, and you could get a motherfucker to open up. It don't take much. We gotta be scared. You gotta be willing to initiate it.
You gotta open your mouth. You know, but
Your volume up
nope.
and down. Talk.
Huh? Mine?
When your head is up, I can hear you good. When you drop your head down, it's like
Oh my God. No. I mean, you're right though. I mean, a parent needs to actually step into the role of parenting. You know what I mean? Which is not, it's a leadership position. So it's not always going to be liked. You can't have your kids always trying to like you. You got to have your kids respect your wisdom, your life experience, that you making decisions that they might not be qualified to make just yet. They don't understand the world the way you should understand it by now. You know? That little
what's
small
your
15 or 20 years difference is a big difference.
all right, so what would I'm gonna mute him till he come back. What would you say to the lady that said she got into a fist fight with her 15-year-old son?
Well, I'll give the background on that. I am a son with a single mother, and I do realize that at a certain time, it's hard for a single mother, to raise a man cub because they ain't never been a man. It's outside of their frame of reference. If the son gets violent, this is the thing. in the modern today's whatever. The law says there's no corporal punishment. You can't put your hands on a kid or whatever else, this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? But we have to not think about that right now. You know what I'm saying? Because you spoil the rod. I mean, you spare the rod, you spoil a child. Sometimes, I mean, what goes on behind closed doors goes on behind closed door for a reason. That's why family is such tight knit. Motherfuckers be like, don't talk about this. You know what I'm saying? But you might have to put your hands on a child to get them to understand, especially a man, because he's becoming an alpha male and he might think he's going to run the household, just like a pit bull or anything else. You got to let them know where the hierarchy is. And if you're outsized by that boy, and that boy might need to get his ass whooped, you know what I'm saying, just a regular ass whooping, and you're not qualified to do that, then maybe you need to get Cuzzo or somebody else, you know what I'm saying? This motherfucker, whoever you got to get to straighten the boy out, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, there's a way to do it without violence, but if it has to be done, sometimes motherfuckers won't learn from any other experience except getting that ass whooped.
What up, Turk?
What's up? Nah, man. Shit was in this studio. Shit just working. What y'all on, man? What y'all talking about?
Just real life
About-
shit. What's your outlook on this? What's your outlook on the lady asking what should she do? She got a 15-year-old son, and they got into their first fist fight
Her 15-year-old son got into his first fist fight.
with her.
Ah, ah. Damn, he fighting his mama. Oh man. Um, I mean, sometimes you gotta dig deep into that situation, right? Like if you wanna like have an overstanding of it and see where did that come from, like, you know what I'm saying? Because a male just don't hit their mama. You know what I'm saying? Like that just it's a deeper issue. You feel me? But that's if you are understanding parent and you can go to that level and be like, you know, where did I go wrong, or where did his daddy go wrong? You know what I'm saying? Can I have some overstanding in the situation? Then you could go upside his head, you know what I'm saying? Let him know, man, you got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I'm mama, you know. But I think these days, me being the age where I'm at right now, man, you know, we got to see what the mental health problem is, bro. You know, like I feel like we all have mental health problems, and they stem from somewhere, you know. And maybe he on drugs, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he going through, you know, abandonment from his pops or something. You feel me? It could be anything, bro. Like I think, you know, she have to do as a parent. Like it's a hard decision to make, because mamas, you know how they feel about their boys. You know how they feel about them. You know, I think she should have a conversation with him, man. You know, because I mean, whatever he did already been done. You know, her being aggravated, being mad at him might make the situation escalate. You know, so you know you catch more bees with honey. You know what I'm saying? So I think she should try to talk it out with him. Feel me?
I mean, I guess speaking from experience, I won't say fear was instilled in me, but respect was. And like growing up, like whatever she said was her word. And when I got old enough to where I thought in my mind, like she can't whoop me no more, it never crossed my mind that I could put my hands on her, period. And no matter how my mom 5'4", I've been bigger than her since ninth grade. She not going for none of that, because I've been a parent forever, and it starts as a child. When you a child and your mom is in your life, and a single parent, and she in your life, and she stand firm on what she stand on, I don't think that fighting stuff ever come into play. And if it do, my mom wouldn't be asking nobody what to do. She's picking up shit, and you gonna have to show me that you really go do what you go do to me. And she don't mind getting a knife, gun. I brought you in, I'll take you out, as mama I had. I brought you in, I'll take you out. We go talk. We definitely go talk later. But just you thinking you go, just the thought of you go put your hands on me, I'm finna fuck you up. Baseball bat, something, and
You
you
heard
go, or
what you
I
said,
promise
the
you.
way we was brought up. the way we was brought up was different. Like I fear my mama to this day, and that made me respect older people to this day. You know what I'm saying? Because my mama had these rings on her finger, man, and she used to punch the shit out of me, dog, like a nigga. Yeah, and I'm talking about used to punch me like boom, 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 until I just really start like taking care of the house and she had to depend on me for money, you know what I'm saying? That shit lasted a minute. But what she instilled in me was the fear of her, you know what I'm saying? And fear was respect. You feel me? So I think it have a lot to do. It go back to the parent. Like I say, that's why where did you fail at? Where did you go wrong at? So that's how you deal with that situation. You can't just go upside his head if that ain't what he was raised on. You feel me? Because it might escalate and turn into something else. So you can't do nothing but talk and see if you could come to a mutual understanding in that situation.
It's never been a mutual understanding. Even it's been times when I know for a fact that my mom wasn't telling the truth. And she asked me, "Is you calling me a lie?" And I say, "No." Even though I am, but I'm saying no because ain't no mutual understanding. You can talk to me later about it. When if you think I lied, then later on you can say, "Mom, I don't, can we talk about what happened earlier?" Because you feel me. Now she got understanding, but when she there, when she up there, she up there.
Right,
I can't speak on that because I never had that experience where I had a choice on if I can go there with her or not. It's period. My word is the law. And it's gonna stay like that till your ass out this house, period.
facts.
That's how it was. So I don't understand that and I can't understand it because I got kids and they know they ain't finna we ain't playing none of them games at all, period. You disrespect your mama, I'm fucking you all the way up. For whatever I don't care what the reason is, I'm fucking you up.
Facts, facts.
So I
Do she have like male role models in her house that can like enforce that and remind him of that? You know what I'm saying? Cause like I say, some of these young dudes are being raised by parents that want to be friends with them, bro. Like smoking weed with them, popping pills with them, doing all that cool shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. That's the disconnect right there. So I mean, he feel like shit. He don't got to respect you. It all go back to the parent, bro. Like people say, like you can only show a child this much and that. But man, my kids fear me, bro. Like they might not even listen to their mama. You know what I'm saying? And they might be like, "I'm gonna tell your daddy," and bro, I can just look at him, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? Attention. You feel me? So it goes back to the parent, dog. You cannot blame the child, dog. You can't. You feel me?
mhm,
You can't.
definitely agree.
Sometimes the child just doesn't have the coping mechanisms. They don't really have many choices. What are the alternatives? What are the options I have other than taking flight right now? And sometimes they think they got to prove they point right then and there. They don't know yet that not all battles are worth it at that time. Sometimes you got to walk away and think about it for a minute and then respond appropriately. But they get caught
Yeah.
up in that heated moment. You know what I'm saying? They just roll with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm angry now and I'm gonna act on it. You know what I'm saying? Not, you know what I'm saying? Just like
Right.
motherfuckers when they thinking with their dicks instead of thinking with their minds. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. You know what I'm saying? They just ready to take flight or fight. They ready to do the fight. You know what I'm saying? And
Facts,
that's
facts, facts.
like Turk said. Sometimes the parents gotta really help them to understand that you need to mull things over, let it run through the tumbler a little bit before you make a decision to act on something.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I be so mad that I go take a time out before I discipline you because it ain't like you feel me. You done struck a nerve that you just did some shit that I know you ain't supposed to do, and I'm just on 100. Fuck 10. I'm on 100, and I'm really go fuck you up to the max, and not even it ain't gonna be on purpose, and I'm gonna have to apologize for how I fucked you up. So I'm gonna chill first, for real. I be
Hey,
on that.
shit, old school shit. Hey, you know what? Like I be
Yeah.
telling my kids, I'm gonna beat your ass in public. And I think a lot of parents shouldn't be scared to enforce that fear of respecting their kids due to the fact that they could call child service or they could do this or they could do that. Don't let the people use the system against you from chastising your kids, because even in the Bible it says if you spoil a rod, you spoil a child. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't, discipline them, you don't bring them up in the way they should go, you're going to have to suffer the consequences of that because God told you and he showed you, you feel me? So, and you had several signs and symbols for your conscious mind to demonstrate it, you know what I'm saying? But you was disobedient. So, this is what it is, and this is what it come down to. So now how you gonna deal with the situation? Is you gonna run from it, or you gonna, you know what I'm saying, get in that fire and deal with it? You feel me? I ain't no motherfucker hit me, man, and walking away and saying, I did that. You ain't gonna have time to think about that. I'm gonna demonstrate on you. I did that. You feel me? So it's the reaction too on what she do about it. You know what I'm talking about?
Did you know this a fact? Did you know that when we grew up, when we was growing up, we had the same goddamn rights that the kids have right now as far as calling children's services. We just knew we better not call them because my mama whooped my ass in front of y'all. We didn't
Facts.
call because we didn't call and mom didn't play that shit. They calling and doing shit that we could have did too. It's just a level
Yeah,
of respect different. That's why they calling. We ain't call because
facts.
we know we fucked up and we know my mom love us at the end of the day. Because it ain't
Yeah,
abuse. If you deserve to get your ass whooped, you deserve to get your ass whooped.
fact. It wasn't
Abuse is
abuse.
when you get your ass whooped. Go ahead.
That wasn't abuse, man. My skin still is on me. You know what I'm saying? My mom whipped me with tree branches, extension cords, and Daniel Green slippers. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that shit really made me harder, dog. It made me understand, like, okay, this what it is. You feel me? If I didn't get those ass whooping, cause my daddy wasn't in the house. You feel me? Like I was raised by my mama and the daddy, and then being in the music business, like I grew up fast on that side, dog. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really just had no dad in the house. So, but my mama, like people be saying, a woman can't raise a man. That's a lie, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because my mama taught me what love was. You know what I'm saying? She taught me, how to be a
Yep.
man for real. You know what I'm saying? Some women can do it. I mean, you need your daddy. Don't get me wrong, you need your daddy, but they got strong women out there, and Pam was one of them, gang. You know what I'm talking about?
You want your daddy. You want him
Damn,
for sure.
Well,
But your mama approved you don't need him.
yeah,
You don't need it. I definitely want you in my life, but your mama can raise you right. And you can know
yeah,
from all the stuff your mom went through without your dad how to not let your kids' moms go through the same shit. So you can learn. It's just on all on how you look at the situation.
facts, facts,
And,
facts.
Go ahead.
My house,
the
my
thing is a lot of I'm listening to. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm
but
listening to everything y'all saying. Like you guys are definitely making some amazing points. But the biggest thing is that when it comes to age, it's a lot of people saying that there are kids having kids. That's a reality. But when you really think about it, that's something that's been going on way before our time. You got to think about the people in Africa, they mothers and their fathers build them up to give them to a husband at the age of 12. So as early as the age of 12, a little girl at the age of 12 is having her first child. That's over in Africa. Over here in America, it's completely different. I had my first daughter when I was 16. I lost my virginity at 15, had my first daughter at 16. My oldest daughter is 22 years old. She has two of her own now. But my daughter would not dare cuss in front of me, even if she feel like she wanna get smart. She don't do it. She look at me and she asked me if it's okay to say something. You 22 and you bigger than me, but I'm still gonna beat the dog shit out of you and let you
mhm.
know that I can take you the hell out. Don't ever flinch at me. That's
it's
not.
the
It's not even gonna be an option. Like the
it's the
reality is that it's okay to be your kid's friend, but be your kid's friend to a certain extent. And what I mean by that is because you have to have an open dialogue with your kids. No, I see what you're saying, Keith, but listen to what I'm saying though. With the day and time that we living in right now, you have to have some type of open dialogue with your kid because at the end of the day, guess what? We were kids as well. And everything that our parents told us that we could not do, guess what we did? We went and snuck and did it. We in a day and time right now where you can't go sneak with your friends and go hit no blunt. because people are lacing weed with fentanyl. All of the little simple stuff that we didn't take into consideration back then, it's a serious issue now. Kids are dying over this stuff. So, of course, no, I do not want you smoking weed. No, I don't want you drinking. But if you're curious about it, come and talk to me about it, because that makes the difference between me being able to save your life. Because we in a different time now. You got to think about it. When all of the hood niggas was coming up back in the day and trying to make $1, yeah, they was selling fake crack and stuff like that. But guess what the fake crack was? Y'all know, a lot of people on here that was drug dealers. The fake crack was soap and drywall. That's what fake crack was back in the day. Now they doing all type of extra stuff. They using fentanyl, anything that they can put in something to get a buzz, and they killing people. That's just the reality of it. So we are in a totally different time. So as times change, we have to change our parenting mechanisms. It does not mean that I condone what you do, but I'd rather have you alive and save your life than to act like none of this is going on, because I work, I run businesses. I can't watch you 24/7. My mom couldn't watch me 24/7. I was definitely sneaking out.
Don't go too far on us, because we ain't gonna be able to touch everything.
I believe.
Yeah, I get it.
I believe we gotta stop being so reactive and learn to adapt. I agree with you in a sense, but if you was taught a certain way and that way worked for you, life is about repetition. You know what I'm saying? So if
Yep.
I admit to doing the same thing that I was taught, it's going to work. I think we as parents get lenient, you know what I'm saying? And we want to adapt to the environment or how things going on now versus how we was brought up. I'd rather raise my kids like I make my kids be responsible and accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like my
Yep.
mama did right now. And my wife is a little different, you know what I'm saying? But she see the difference on how they respond and they react to me versus how they respond and react to her. So the way that my mama taught me, I'm instilling it in them. And guess what? It's working to this day. So I don't believe in changing if it was already working before. It gonna work today. You know what I'm saying?
You
And
you
I
right. You right to a certain extent, but this is what you got to think about. When we were growing up, we did not have social media. We did not have all the, I mean, we had internet, of course, but we didn't have social media. We didn't have all of the different outlets. Like we were what? You go out, you get up in the morning, you get in the shower, you brush your teeth, and you go outside. And then you had to come in and check in. See, I don't know how it was for boys, but I know me being a little girl, it was very adamant that I came and checked in every hour. Every hour I had to check in, and I had to be in front of my house by the time the street lights came on. It didn't matter what nobody else was doing. I knew that I had to be in front of my house when the street lights came on. And guess what? Because I knew I couldn't go nowhere, I knew how to bring everybody to me. So everybody was going to sit in front of the house with me because I couldn't go nowhere and I couldn't do nothing. But see, this is the
But
thing. We got social media.
um,
Social media are teaching these kids things.
oh no. The parents are allowing social media to teach the kids. You
I'm a,
still have to talk. I still let my kids know you have to
I
think
gotta
for
let some
yourself.
more people up, Cat Eyes.
I don't care if they got
Go
social
ahead.
media. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of that. This is how this gonna go. You gotta set time limits. Look, you ain't gonna be on social media after a certain time. You ain't gonna do this at a certain time. So therefore, you're not influenced by social media. You're inspired by me. You're inspired by your mama. You gotta put your foot down. You can't let
You,
nothing come to raise your kid the way you. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you want your kid to be raised the way you want them to be raised, you can't, say social media, this, that.
she
You giving
said,
in. I'm not going. You feel me?
she said that you have to be, now the times have changed, and
Man,
now you
nah,
have to be your kid's friend. And no, the fuck I don't. I'm
nah.
your parent. I'm your parent, and I'm your parent. What I can say that I do different is, growing up, my mama say, you ain't doing that. You better not be around that. But she never told me why. She never showed me what the outcome was, which always left something in my mind to wonder why I can't be like, I want to be like them. She never explained the ins and outs. She just said no, and that's what the fuck I meant. I don't got to tell you why I said no. It was no. So when I tell
Straight up.
my kids, no, I don't want you doing this and I don't want you doing that, I explain to them why. I can explain to them from the shit I went through why, but I'm not never your friend. Me being your parent I should still be able to have an open communication with you and be able to show you that you can come talk to me about anything you want. I'm not your
Facts,
friend, not
facts,
never. I'm your
facts,
parent. Period. You can't mix
facts,
the two. You can't.
facts, facts, facts. You can be friendly with your people, be friendly with your kids. I'm still daddy. That's friendly.
Right.
Period.
I'm everything, but don't get it twisted. You have to respect me to the utmost. You feel me? It's rules, it's boundaries, it's structure. So you know what I'm saying? People got
Good
to
evening.
stop adapting to they got to stop adapting to society, bro. Like 98% of the world don't think for themselves. It's only 2% that do. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people get fucked off at because they want to do what everybody else is doing, dog. And when you doing something different, man, you persecuted for that. You feel me? So that's why I can relate to you a lot, P. You know what I'm saying? Because like you're a part of the percentage where it ain't a lot. You know what I'm saying? The road to hell is wide. The road to heaven is narrow, bro, and everybody ain't going that road. So it's only a select a few people that gonna choose this way that been working. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. I'm just one of those. You know what I'm talking about?
I am so glad to see you young black men sitting here and talking about this. This is awesome, and I congratulate you, Keith, for doing this. Slick, I already know you. Turk, it's nice meeting you. I want to
Nice.
say this because I'm old school. My son is 52, my daughter is 50. When I was growing up, it was old school, old school. Yeah, we got whooped. We had to sit on the porch and be in the house before the lights. But I grew up in Jersey and New York area. That's where I'm from. I'm here in the DMV area now. But it's one thing that I taught my kids that even though I was married and their father and I were separated, it's just three of us. You're going to learn how to clean the house. You're going to learn how to cook, and you're going to learn how to wash dishes. Because if anything happens to me, it should not be come back and say Janice didn't teach you how to do these things. I raised my kids to where it is. We sat down and we talked about anything and everything. But if you got out of line, you was going to get your behind whooped. And to this day, it's instilled with them. We talked about everything. Today's society, where I see these young women today, first of all, they don't have respect for themselves as parents. They come home, half of them do not take care of their kids. They don't even know where their kids is at. They don't know how to talk to their kids. Less more talk about give them a beating, feeding them with a meal, doing anything for them because they're too busy in the streets. Some working two jobs, some of them are doing whatever. Today's children are so out of hand because there's nobody at home to teach them. Nobody at home to sit down and say, this is wrong. This is how you should do this. You should go to school. You should do this. Let me teach you how to do this. You're not sitting there talking to your kids. You're talking at your kids. I'm not your friend. I'm your mother. And if you come out of line, I'm going to throw something upside your head and you're going to get it from me. Call the cops. Because when the cops come, I'm going to tell the cops, that's my son. That's my daughter. And when they get out of jail or when I get out of jail, I'm going to whoop their ass again. That's it. I'm
Yeah,
from old school and I don't play. And to this
yeah.
day, my kids understand and my grandkids. I have two 30-year-old granddaughters and a 25-year-old grandson and five great grands. And to this day, my kids hold the utmost respect. You will not come into my house looking with your pants down. You will not come here talking about you're going to smoke a joint with me. You're not going to sit here and have a drink with me. I'm not going where my daughter's hanging out in the club. Even though I'm their age, my daughter says, Mommy, I'm coming to get you. We're going out. We're going to have dinner. My son comes, Mom, I'm coming to get you. You staying at my house. There's no way in the world my kids growing up the way they was going to come to me in my face and they're going to raise a hand at me like the white kids do their parents. Oh, Johnny, you gonna let Johnny beat you up? I'm 5'4", just like Keith's mother. I'm 5'4", and anything that I got in my hand, I'm using it. Anything.
Yeah.
You're not coming in here disrespecting me. You're not coming in here cussing at me. You're not going to come in my house where you living at because you're homeless and you don't have no place to stay. So you're back home. So you're going to come in here and tell me how to run my house. And you're going to disrespect me. The devil is a lie. You're not coming in here doing that. Today's young ladies that I see, it hurts my heart because they're not teaching their kids anything. These young girls are out here, their kids are running the street. The little girls out here, you have 35-year-olds having kids, and then their kids is having it. There is no more big mama. It starts
Yeah.
with the home. If you hanging out in the damn club all night long and you bringing home a nigga from the night before and you feeding him before your kids, and you putting them in the bed, and your kids is back there in the room and talk about I'm hungry, and you fixing this Negro a steak and all this stuff, and your kids is back here eating Fruit of the Loom cereal or whatever the heck they're eating, and you putting this
Yeah.
man in front of your kids, what the hell you expect from him? You're not teaching them nothing. It
Right.
starts from the home. I know the lady up that came up here talking about it comes from social media. No, it don't come from social media. It comes from your house because you're the parent. You're their mother. You are their father. It comes from you instilling in your child what life is, not
Right.
social media. When my granddaughter comes here and the baby's coming, y'all have your laptops. I'm looking at the laptop to see what site you're on. And if I see that you're on the wrong site, I'm telling their mother and I'm telling my daughter, go speak to your daughter about this. There's no way in hell you're going to tell me about social media is running my house. Social media is not running my house. The news is
Right.
not running my house because before the
Right.
white man gets them and beat the hell out of them and then lock them up, and they get out of jail because the police done beat them up, I beat their ass first. That's just me coming from my house. I'm old school. So these young women out here today that's disrespecting themselves, you're disrespecting your kids. That's why your kids are out here doing this because you're not home teaching them nothing. They smoking marijuana. Of course they smoking marijuana. Of course they sitting there smoking in front of you because now you have it put it there that they could we friends. I'm
Facts.
your pal. So I got
Yeah.
my man living in the house. And so now you're going to let your daughter and your son bring their mates, girlfriend and boyfriends to come live in the house, in the same house where I live. Everybody screwing in
Yeah.
the same household. The devil is a lie. You won't live up in here. You're not doing that trash up in here. So it starts at home. It starts at home.
Yeah.
You don't have to go
Appreciate
out
Yeah.
there and buy them no cell phone. What the hell are you buying them a cell phone for? I know now that everything out in the street is dangerous. Why you got your kids running the street at night? Why you not at home taking care of your kids so they won't
Yeah.
run the street at night? My kids was in the bed at 7:30. Dinner was fixed at 5 o'clock. I was a school teacher. I was teaching at one school across the street from them. So about time they got home, I was home fixing dinner. They was home taking a bath. They was home studying what they had to do for school and getting up the next morning and going to school and coming home. Anything started bad in school, I was right there. At that time, you can beat the hell out of them in front of the teacher in the class. You don't get that no more because you want to know why it was taken out? Because the society today don't know how to respect kids. They don't even know how to parent. You got pedophiles teaching your kids. You got all this because of home training. It starts at home. If you don't have respect for yourself, how do you expect for your kids to have respect?
Facts.
Learn
Thank
something.
you.
Facts.
Okay.
Go to school. Learn something. And I'm stepping down. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Well
Thank you.
spoken. Spoken. Well spoken. Yeah. Well spoken, man.
Oh,
Hey, you say the mouthful, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, my kids have phones. They have had phones since 3, 4 years old. Like I say, you want them to enjoy themselves. You don't want to take, the fun away from nothing. But it still gotta be stipulations. It still gotta be rules. You as a parent got a responsibility. You gotta hold yourself accountable. If they be on the phone, it's a school night, they gotta get out their phone at 7 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And they gotta be consistency. You have to do your part. And if you're doing your part and not slacking, your kids are going to respect it. I have twins, 8-year-old twins. I have a son that's in the Navy, 21 years old. You know what I'm saying? And they great kids. They nothing like how I was, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's because I am active in their life. You feel me? Me and my wife, we married. So we something that I didn't have. She had a married couple and her dad and her mama, but I didn't have that. So I want to be better. I want to break that fucking curse. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I want to do as a man because it make me feel good, dog, to see, damn, look what I'm bringing up. Look what I'm doing. And as long as I do my part, I feel good about it. Now, what they choose to do after they out my house, hey, I did my part. But long as they in that roof, oh, man, hey, y'all got to do this, do that, bam, bam, bam. You got chores, and that's law. You feel me? Respectfully.
You got something to say? Talk.
on a point that he made earlier, I was thinking about it because my mom's 5'2", so she's a shorty. And Turk said something about public. Sometimes you got to take them out in public. You know what I'm saying? In front of their peers. Now I thought about that because as a young lad, and I'm out there, what I'm saying, having a good time on the playground, and whether when my mom would come out there and pull me by my motherfucking ear all the way back to the house. It's another kind of pain altogether. You know what I'm saying? It's that public embarrassment hit kind of different. When you for those who come from the, well, yeah, Turk, whatever, you come from the South. If somebody says, go out there and go get me a switch, and a flexible one at that, you know what I'm saying? And you braid it up and you wet that motherfucker for me, you know what I'm saying? Just that part right there, just thinking about that, going to get that switch and all that kind of shit, coming on back slow as a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Not really wanting to go through it. That psychological warfare is a motherfucker. Maybe more so than the actual whooping itself. You know what I'm saying?
I thank God, bro, for my mom from being that way, dog. Like for real, like that shit real. Like I was just in the elevator the other day and I was cussing. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm 41 years old." But my elders, and I say, I feel bad. I'm sorry I cursed, and I'm 41 years old. But it's just the respect that I was taught. Like those morals, I don't give a fuck. They do not leave you. You may stray away from it. You might have to go to prison to get reminded of it. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna come back if it was instilled in you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, bro. Like it's like when you doing your part, dog. Like it's in you, man, and it's in you forever, man. That's why we could get up here right now and talk about how it used to be for us. So if it worked for us, why not do the same thing? Don't change it up. You feel me? Fuck what society is doing. We don't have to be motherfucking adapt to what's going on with them. You know what I'm saying? Do it the way we know what worked for us. Shit, we look at we living right. That's because the morals and the principles and the structure, dog. You know what I'm
And you got,
saying?
if you can't blame social media for nothing at all, we didn't have social media like they do. We had Nintendos and Segas and the same shit. But if the
Social
world gonna keep
media.
evolving, it's gonna be something more than social media. I'm saying that to say this. If you know that social media is what kids like, they always got their phone. That's what the hell you take away from them when they ain't doing right. I'm quick. That's the first thing coming. I
You
gotta have that phone
it.
immediately. You in
Let me
trouble? I
get
gotta have
that.
that. I gotta
Let me
have
get
that.
that phone. Look, let's take that phone, man. Let me get that phone. Let me get that computer. Everything that they like. Clean this room. Dump that trash. Man, do your schoolwork. That's all I ask of you. That shit done, dog. Cause they already know, man. When I take that phone, they life stop.
Yeah,
You know
you
what I'm
take away what
saying?
they love the most. I
Yeah,
wipe the
yeah.
room down. I had that bitch looking like a big ass prison cell. No TV, ain't nothing in there but you and your bed and your dresser. Ain't nothing in there. And don't come up out of there unless you use the bathroom or eating.
For
I bet
real.
not see your
I don't know
shit.
YouTube, no nothing. Take it all. Yeah, yeah. That's just what it
Your
is,
kid.
bro.
What's up,
That's what it
Sonny?
is.
I just wanted to commend y'all for having this healthy conversation. Um, like you said earlier, I think it was Hot Boy or Talk. You said something about if they don't know. I think it was Pastor probably. I don't know who said it, but sometimes people, if they don't know any better, then how are they going to be better? And a lot of times, people, you either go one or two ways. If your parent was a bad parent, you're either going to mimic them or you're going to break that cycle and try to come up out of it. And
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like it's there's no perfect parent, but too much of anything is not good for you. Too little of anything is not good for you. And it's our job when you have a kid to find that happy medium. You take the good that your parents instill in you and what they did it, what was bad, you change that and you make that good. You get what I'm saying? A lot of these kids, they don't have no one to talk to. It's like the parents don't even know who their kids really are. Like these parents don't know their kids. All they know is my kids like the Jordans, my kid like this. They just know material things or my kid has the latest iPhone, or but they don't really have like deep conversations with their kids. It's always surface level. How was school today? Instead of just asking those kind of questions like, what was your highlight of the day? To make the child think about the day, instead of, the kid is going to say good just to get you out of their face. You have to ask questions that's going to make them think. And
Mm.
I just think that these kids are disconnected from their parents because their parents are disconnected.
Facts, 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 facts.
Uh-huh.
Didn't say nothing wrong. Didn't say nothing wrong. It's up to us, man. It's up to us, and I believe just like our parents instilled in us, whether you was in there with your mama, your daddy, and your mama and your daddy, you remember the lessons, even if you strayed away from it. It always gonna be a sign and symbol for the conscious mind moment. You know what I'm saying? So us as parents got to stop finding excuses, stop letting the rappers, which I was, you know what I'm saying, be responsible for our kids, because on that music it say parental advisory. You know what I'm saying? So you can't blame the rappers, you can't blame the actors, you can't blame the actresses for nothing that goes on. It starts at home. Your first lessons is at home. You know what I'm saying? My kids not gonna stray away. You know what I'm saying? Like I rap, my kids don't even want to be a rap. My son say he want to be a scientist. You know what I'm saying? My daughter, she on some doctor shit. You feel me? But I let them know to think for themselves. You don't have to, be this way. You don't have to try to be cool. You just let them know that, bro. You just gotta let them know. Everything that's social media not gonna let them know. So when they run into social media, they already know my daddy, my mama told me this. They got a choice. They got options. You feel me? Give them an option.
Hello, how y'all doing? I've been sick. I've been in a coma. I have 3 kids. Well, 4. Um, I've been in a coma ever since I went in a coma on the 21st. Got out on the 30th. I have a son and 3 girls. My son will have always been a good child. My girls have been ooh wee. Um, I think this kind of scared them though, and it's brought us closer together. Turk, I grew up on you. I'm older than you, but I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, so I know a lot about you.
I love.
Uh, Pastor, I watch you on YouTube. That what made me download the app when I came out the coma, because I really like how you speak. Um, my son got in trouble one time, hanging with friends, so-called friends, and got caught with a whole lot of guns. Then nobody want to take their charge. Got a
Mhm.
$50,000 bond, and I told him let his friends make his bond. And
Yeah.
then nobody want to make the bond. I gave him 2 weeks to make the bond. I had to make a $50,000 bond. Not only that, turn around and make another 50,000 bond because the state picked it up.
Mm. The feds.
Yeah, they picked it up, and they taught him. Ever since then, he been on a straight road. He got a family. He's doing good. No complaints about him. I got 3 daughters, a 36-year-old, a 30-year-old, and a 33-year-old. They have been such of a problem till it's just ridiculous. But I think by me going through this, God had to show them that they can lose me at any time. And,
Facts.
and it brought us much closer. I just got out the hospital like a day ago. That's why my eyes and stuff black. I went in
And
for a biopsy and end up in a coma, which I don't know how that happened, but it happened. And I
you,
just thank God because
you
it
just
was a
said
lesson for them to see.
you just said
You
why it
can
happened.
lose mama.
Hmm.
You can lose mama. And I've been a single parent since my son father, he was very abusive. And I left him when my son was 5. And I did my best. I raised them up in church because I was raised up in church. And I know the words say, raise a child up in the way he should go. And if he depart, he will return.
Facts.
So my prayers is that my girls get it together. Not my son, my girls. But I thank you guys for this panel. And I love each and every one of y'all. I'm new to the app. I don't know how to work the app. I'm very shy, so
Well,
I'm
you
learning
talking,
the app.
you talking a lot right now, so it all
Yeah,
depends. Use it for like you have these days, these moments. When we talking like this, then you have the moments when we on our, shoot 'em up, bang bang. You know what I'm saying? But like
yeah,
you pick your poison. You feel me? Like it's just like that. Life is about choices. Social media is about choices. You choose where you
yeah.
want to be and the energy where you want to go. And far as with
But
your
I need
girls, you
good energy. Yeah,
just on keep on doing what you doing. You know what I'm saying? You did everything that you can, and
yeah.
my
I gave them all a chance to come home, back home one time. And they
yeah,
all done been back there one time. They can't come
okay.
back no more. They
You
got
gotta
to grow up.
lay your foot
Oh,
down
my
now,
foot
don't
laid down. They
You
got
better
to
than
grow
my
up.
yeah.
you would
They got to
better
grow up.
appreciate
Love
you too.
y'all. Stay
Give it to
strong.
me. All right.
Okay,
Listen, my mama told me my whole life, if you go to jail, you going to jail. I'm not going with you because I did everything I'm supposed to do to keep you away from that. And my mom say I don't visit them. My mom came and seen me one time in all the 7 years I did, and it was just because I guess I don't even know. I don't even want to lie. But she said
hey,
I
that
don't do
hurt.
jail. I ain't
Yeah,
never
though.
been to jail, and I don't do it. And I'm raising you, so you ain't got to go. And if you, I ain't, my mama ain't bonding out shit. And I'm the
Yeah,
same way. You want to go out there and bump your head consciously after being raised right and all the sacrifices I made. I'm not taking nothing off my plate to get you out here for a month or two until you get sentenced, or whoever got you in that situation get you out. You're not
they
putting
mean
no burden on me and the rest of the motherfuckers I gotta raise.
they mean it. They mean it. That's one thing. Our mamas meant that shit, bro. Like they meant that shit. You heard me? Cause my mama, like I say, dog, like 80s babies, like we just different. You feel me? Like, man, my mama told me the same shit, dog, and I just so happened to have a good girl that stood down with me, bro. My mama ain't come see me one time and was in the same city where I was at, and I was bitter about that. But then I had to understand I didn't listen to her, so it was like I told you, and now I showed you. But now man, my mama called me every day, bro. So like I understand now. I'm a grown man now, so I appreciate her for that, bro. Like and then at the end of the day, dog, like we gotta hold ourselves accountable. Now we grown. We can't go back and change the past. We can't control the future. We only gotta deal with what we got right now in the present, you know. And
Mm.
that's why I live every day like that. Like, what can I do to do my best to try not to do this? I live my life like that. And I want my kids to be the same way. Just do your best. That's it. Just do your best. You feel me?
Sometimes I think it's just that people don't want to remember people in a certain kind of light. I remember when my grandma had Alzheimer's, and I would tell my mom, look, it's hard for me to see my grandma like this because I remember her being lively and vibrant, and that's how I want to remember her. I remember seeing Ice Cube. He was saying, I don't want to go see Easy E if I can't talk to him. He can't talk to me back. I want to remember him when we was dialoguing and this, that, and the other. So I could see where sometimes a mother may not want to see their son behind bars. It's just it may not be a good look for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to justify nothing or nothing like that. I'm just trying to bring the other side out. But just like y'all said earlier, y'all said, yeah, we had video games. Some of us was latchkey. We had to come home and open up the house because moms are still at work or whatever, this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? Some of us had TV babysitters. But even with the TV babysitters, you know, like Turk said, there's got to be some regulations. Kids got to have some kind of structure. If they don't have no structure, they're gonna think they could do any motherfucking thing because there's no boundaries. So I could watch some TV, but I'm not gonna be watching Cinemax and fucking Playboy Channel because moms ain't having that. Same thing as with these motherfuckers with these social media sites. They shouldn't be looking at everything. You know what I'm saying? OnlyFans ain't for them right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to the social media generation, though, like he said earlier, sometimes it's hard for them to think for themselves because everybody wants to be a clone of everybody else because they're in a social media world where it's dependent on likes. Am I getting liked? Are people accepting me? Because I can't really do things for myself. I don't have that kind of wherewithal about myself that I need others to justify, am I doing right? So whereas some kids might be like, oh, they're laughing at me because I'm different. As they get older, they might realize I'm laughing at them because they're all the fucking same.
Facts. 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 That's game. That's game. That's game. It's a great conversation, man. I love the topic, man. Like, you know, it's crazy how you have so much to
Hey, you
offer
guys.
on like this, and a lot of people don't tune in to this energy, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't energy that us as grown people want to listen to. So just imagine how many kids are out there lost when you don't have a room full of grown-ups listening to this talk. You know what I'm saying? How many kids are out there suffering because they parents not a part of this conversation right now? It's a lot. And it's only 1,500 people in here. You feel me? It should be more. Pastor P is popular on this bitch. Our son had 6,000, 7,000 motherfuckers in there. But, it just goes to show you, bro, like, the world be deceived. They don't want to be told the truth.
So Turk, it ain't no different because the masses control shit. If me and you was out, right, and we got a section and we in a club that's popping and we busting bottles open or we chilling, we over here chilling, we the party for us. Everybody gonna be by us. But when the fight break out, everybody going to watch the fight. So right
Fact,
now we not the masses. We doing some shit, and everybody else is watching everything else because it's three people talking about the same story in different narratives, and it's people in here right now that got their other phone out watching the bullshit. As soon as this over, they want us to get into that. So it's gonna
yeah,
be like I said, it's great for the first live. 1,500 is excellent for the first
yeah,
time we did it, and we ain't even opening all the doors yet. But when we keep doing it, because I'm sure the numbers gonna go crazy because I'm most of the content when it comes to the bullshit. So long as I
fact,
don't dive head first into that shit and make that my content all the time, they content go slow down because it's based off my life and real life. So this shit
fact,
go up. These numbers great,
fact,
bro, for the first show.
facts. Then again,
First of all, I
like,
want to say,
we don't look at the numbers, bro. Like, me personally, I look at profits, like how many people are being changed, how many lives are being affected. I live like that. I promise to God, Pete, I ain't never seen no shit like this, bro. Like, to bring this up, like, people just live on different type of lives. Like, I'm by one of my partner's house, right? I was helping him clean up, and this is the God honest truth. Nigga, I found a check for 98,000 and a check for 15,000. You know what this man told me? He say, that ain't nothing. I probably got about 300,000 worth of checks just sitting around. Bro, the shit that we be fussing and fighting about, and he white, them people do not act like us. Nigga, you know what the fuck a nigga could do with that? Nigga, you got this shit just sitting around. I had to take it and hide it under a speakerphone because he got so many people be trying to help him. You know, it's crazy, dog. Like how we are as people. You know what I'm saying? When we should be sticking together, bro, because them people do not act the way we act and the way we, you know what I'm saying, say that they act. It's us. We the problem. We the problem. So, you know what I'm saying? We the problem. We got to be our own solution. And this shit right here is a solution, dude. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you from letting me be a part of it humbly, dog. Like for real, because this the shit that matter, dog. Like who we affecting, like, you know, in a positive manner, dog. Cause this what a nigga gonna be remembered for, not that other shit. You know what I'm saying? And this the part of who I saw you as, dog. Like real talk. I gravitated to that because I think that no matter, I'm talking about amongst the bullshit, and I keep telling you that every time I encounter you, because I want you to know that shit. Keep pushing this shit, gang, because you gonna change this shit, bro. Like keep pushing it. Don't let nobody stop it, nigga. I'm behind you 1,000%, nigga. Long as we moving in this direction, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it.
What's up,
Thank you,
Wild Child?
Pastor, for letting me up on your panel. And I want to thank all three of you guys for just doing this because we need it. My thing is, me growing up, I had one of the best, like not the best mother, because can't nobody be the best. But my father died at 14. I wound up having two kids by the age of 16. By the age of 23, I had four kids. As growing up, I was raising them or whatever, but my foot got broke and I was on Percocet, so that like I was got addicted to the pills. I was addicted to pills so bad, so I had gave my sister custody of my kids because I needed help. Before the people take them, sis, I need help. I need you to take them. Um, a month after I gave my sister my kids, I OD'd and I was found dead on the scene. But somehow I came back to life. When I came back, that was the last day of me doing pills ever, ever, ever. I went back to school. I got my life together. I got my kids back. But somehow my girls forgave me, but my son didn't forgive me. He always still felt like I abandoned him. And he used to try to fight me and stuff. So I never understood because I kept telling him, sorry for leaving. I'm sorry for leaving you. I'm sorry. I apologized so many times. So he tried to fight me. One day I choked him. I got locked up. He ain't dead though. But he was trying to fight me and I grabbed his neck and choked him. I was locked up for 3 months. I
He
told
said
them when
he
I come home, I don't. Yeah. I no for real because he was literally trying to fight me. So I grabbed him by his neck and choked him. And my son is tall. And he was 15 at the time. They locked me up for 3 months. When they locked me up, I told them when I come home, I don't want him in my house. Don't have him in my house. I sent them down there with his grandmother or whatever. He in college now or whatever, but he still got the same attitude or whatever. So it's like me listening to P Mom today. I call him because I haven't spoke to my son. He's 20 now. Haven't spoke to him since Thanksgiving. So listening to P Mom, I reached out to him and asked him why. And he was like, because after his father died and he was with his aunt, he had nobody. He just felt like I wasn't there. Even though I thought I was doing all the right things. I got y'all back. I was giving you money. I was doing this. I missed out on everything else by trying to buy him. And instead of talking to him and listening to him and understanding what he was trying to say, I was feeding him money. And that's where the disrespect come in. Sometimes you can't just buy your kids. You have to like really sit down and understand and listen to what they really talking about because they really hurt just like us, like on some real shit. And Pete, I love y'all. Thank y'all for this. And thank y'all for letting me speak. And I hope we have more of this because I'm here for it.
I mean, plenty of it. Appreciate you. Talk. What's up? I got you, Dion. You coming up next, bro.
I appreciate the testimonials. You know what I'm saying? And she got a second chance in life. So that's one of them things where you just got to figure out if you got a second chance, there must be something, there's a meaning, a purpose for you to be here. That's one of them things about really like every philosophy or every religion will tell you pretty much the same thing, and that's know yourself. And I know it's difficult that sometimes to really look at yourself in the mirror, really reflect on your thoughts, actions, and behaviors, because you might see some things you just don't like. but it's something that you have to always constantly do in order to realize where you are and if you going in the direction that you want to even go in. Are you growing to be the person you want to be? Because you're not just a human being, you're a human becoming. So make sure you're becoming who you want to be. So have a goal in mind. If you're not working towards that goal on the daily, then you got to make some adjustments. No more than a ship at sea they can't make a straight line to go from continent to continent. They got to keep tacking back. You got to make adjustments. But if you don't have a destination in point, you don't even know where you're going. You got nothing. So take the time out to reflect on some quietude, solitude, figure out what your purpose in life is, why you're here, and then act on that.
What's up, bro?
What up?
What's going on, everybody?
What up, buddy?
Hey, it's kind of ironic, you know what I'm saying? And I just sit back and listen that all of this is going on today about the kids and the raising. I come over here and this is what I hear, right? And I'm dealing with this shit in real life daily. As you know, bro, I got 14 kids. And now they having kids. I'm on my third generation grandkids. I'm keeping grandkids and shit now. But I was just talking to a guy today about his daughter, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people come to me for advice like, okay, we know you got grown kids, 26-year-olds, and we know that from the time they was born, you was in their life. I have women come to what give me some advice. I don't know what to do with her. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing I could give them is like y'all was saying, my upbringing. You know, a woman told me that her child told her she was going somewhere, and the child told her, and I'm gonna just mess that all up. I said, well, in the household I was raised in, my sister wasn't allowed to slap her lips like, do this, or she got popped in her mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this new era shit is like they becoming their kids' friends. You know what I'm saying? Like literally. And then me and my kids, and I called a couple of them on the phone today, that my older kids, like my sons, and I was asking them in front of somebody, like, was your dad cool? Was he always rough on you? Did you have choices that you made on your own? Was you allowed to tell your dad if he told you you was gonna play this sport, I don't want to play that sport? And my son was like, no, dad, we didn't have that option or decision. And then nowadays, like they give these kids too many options, man. I ain't bending or folding on. I'ma do you like my mama did me, like you said, bro. My mama told me, you make your bed hard, you gonna lay your ass in it. You better not expect for me to send you a box, a penny, or nothing if you go to jail. So these mothers nowadays, like my baby mama get mad at me because she'd call me and be like, your son need a food box. I'm like, I don't got nothing to do. But you know what I'm saying? It's wrong. You know what I'm saying? I don't got shit for do. Oh, you ain't right then. I done had motherfuckers tell me like, man, that's your son. Listen, man, I told that dude I went to jail 3 times for him all my life. I taught him, I did not teach him that. Everything that I told him not to do, he went against. So what the fuck do I look like supporting him? He needs to learn his lesson like I needed to learn. But nowadays it's different. They'll buy them the shoes, the boxes. They make sure they living like motherfucking hood rich motherfuckers in the joint. They got the shoes, the radios, the TVs. I ain't had that shit when I was in jail. Nobody sending me that shit.
Right.
Because I made that decision to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So it's you know, I just seen this tonight, man. I like this. We need this. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We really do need this because you know, in the city we in, look, what a 7-month-old baby just got killed. People, we woke up every day for how many days, bro? And somebody then died. A 16-year-old, the baby. That's my nephew, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm literally in the midst of this, and I'm like, man, it's scrambling my brain. What can we do? Why do we hate each other so much? What can we do? Y'all following these people, thinking these people. I'm telling my kids every day, them motherfucking rappers be lying to you. They ain't shooting up shit. They at home. But you out here putting on the mask and wearing your clothes a certain type of way, doing the shit they saying. It really makes no sense, you know? So, I don't know, man. We really do need this, man. Like, literally, for real. And as you know, bro, in our city alone, man, something need to happen. You gotta keep your kids in the house. You don't know if they gonna get shot up or not. They can't go to no motherfucking kickbacks, none of that shit. They can't go to the little kid parties. They can get shot up.
Yeah,
So, something need to happen, man.
we working on it, bro.
Yeah.
Once this motherfucker get going, once we get this bitch going, and we can open this bitch up to more people like us, the panels go get bigger, man. In the room, we go get this bitch to 8, 9,000 people watching this shit. Cause I'm gonna bring in all the people
I,
just like.
I think it come down to like niggas stepping up and whatever differences, putting that shit to the side, which boils down to pride. Cause a man gonna be a man no matter what. Sometimes men don't see eye to eye. You feel me? And that's what it gonna take, dog. Like I had to let my pride go by a lot of stuff. Like I could do business with people that I don't like. It ain't about me liking. It's about what's right. You feel me? And the right thing is people need the information, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have the information, you're obligated to give it. Like that's an obligation. I don't give a fuck how you feel about this person, that person. You're gonna when you get that conviction, you obligated. You have to stand on principle and do that. You feel me? So like man, just we gonna go with it, dog. Like I say, I'm glad you enforced it, P, cause like I say, dog, like, I'm out of time right now, but they were like, man, P won't instantly. I was in the meeting, I stopped it because I'm a man of my word. You feel me? I got to go, and that's how we got to keep on like pushing each other. It might not be you next week. It might be talk. It might not be talk. It might be like no other. Like we got to like push each other. You feel me? Till we all come to a common ground and yeah, you feel me? Because the devil gonna be busy, bro, and they don't want this, but we the inspiration. Fuck the influence. We ain't trying to influence nobody. Be inspired to do something great. You feel me? Because when you influence, you want to do what I'm doing, and when you don't get the same results, you wind up being a hater. But when you inspire, nigga, you tapping inside what's good in you, and you inspire somebody else to be true and be doing what they do. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. You feel me? So as long as we keep doing that, dog, we will not lose. This shit gonna keep on going up. All it take is commitment, and I'm in it. You feel me? That's why I start. I'ma finish.
Uh-huh. Tomorrow, tomorrow, y'all, we on. Y'all follow Talk Sick. Tomorrow we on Talk Sick panel with this show. This was supposed to just be us pregame, and then after Talk Sick panel tomorrow, Turk can tell y'all which day he want to do it, and we
Yeah,
obligated to make sure that our schedules is open for whatever day suits that person. You
facts.
know,
We do. I,
so
I
we
like
just
this
go
time.
keep
If y'all
switching.
cool with, I like
I
this
mean,
time.
yeah. So we started at 8:30 Eastern time, 5:30 in California, and 7:30 Central time. That's what time we started. And the
Yeah.
first part of the show is cool. Like long as if we starting at 8:30, we need to we need to be here at 8:25 type shit. We
So
need to
what?
be because
8:25 is
on
that
time.
Eastern Central Time.
Whoever having the panel need to be live when they say they go be live. So motherfuckers that do want to see it don't gotta be looking for us and saying where they at. The whoever got the panel has to be on time, man. Has to be
Right.
mandatory. And you
Right.
get to pick
I'm
your time. The next day you got something to do. You have to. You feel me? It's gonna be eight
communicate.
forty-five.
Yeah, we have
But
to communicate that shit.
right.
Let communicate so we can know how to pick it up. I'm with it.
All right.
What's up?
You good,
Man,
bro? Dion, I'm gonna holler at you when I get off so you can sit on this motherfucker with us when we do the real
Okay.
panel. Today just a warm up, but tomorrow we'll have a seat for you, bro.
yeah, I'm in.
Okay. And you want how many of them? Text me how many, cause it just said
All right,
with an S on the end.
all right,
Okay.
all right. I'll hit you. I'll hit you.
All right.
Yeah.
See, that was
Well, shit.
different. How he made his kids play sports. He said and they ain't have a choice. I did, but when you pick that sport, your ass ain't quitting. And it was a double jeopardy because I couldn't quit. I wanted to do that. I wasn't allowed to quit. But if I got in trouble, she was taking my ass off the team, and it made you appreciate shit, and it teach you to be loyal to whatever it is. And when you start something, you go finish it. And if you don't like it, don't start the shit next year. And a lot of times I didn't want to do it because it was something else I wanted to do that day that I wasn't gonna be available the next day, and she knew that. I know all you trying to do is get away so you could go such and such, such and such. And know you just want to spend a night over somebody's house and know your ass go finish it. And after she make me stay, I be glad I stayed because I know I just had a ulterior motive for that day or for the next 2 days to where I really didn't want to quit. But since I got an attitude, I don't want to play no more. Yeah, and if you don't want to play, don't go to practice tomorrow and your ass on the punishment, you won't be going nowhere. You ain't had no choice in that. If you picked the sport, you stayed with it. Whatever it was, could have been. It ain't have to be sports. Whatever it was, you go finish it because you chose
Facts,
it.
facts, facts, facts.
Should be. You know what I'm saying? Don't start something you can't finish, regardless. That's the living
Gang,
truth.
gang.
Yeah, we gotta go till about 15 more minutes so Turk can get back to what he's doing. Anybody that want to stay, we'll keep, chilling. What's
Hey,
up, Turk?
gentlemen, how are you? Thank you for having me. I just wanted to say y'all are doing a terrific job. Um, I want to show y'all something. This is my son,
Mm.
I thought
23
that was
years old.
Turk in the back there.
No, it's a stand-up poster.
Sorry for the bump.
23 years old, murdered in 2017. He was gunned down on 4th of July and died on the 5th of July. He was an organ donor. He was a new father, 2 or 3 month old baby boy who's now just turned 5. And I have to deal with that. And in Philadelphia, I don't know if you know about the gun crisis, it's outrageous. It's a lot of mothers out here marching. There's a lot of mothers out here protesting. We have Larry Krasner as the DA who we call him let him out Larry, because you go in for a gun charge, you're getting right out the next day. And right now we're up to 217 murders. And
This
it's
year?
counting this year. That's not including the gunshot victims.
I'm
Just
in
this
Philly.
year.
I'm in Philly right
Huh?
now. That's
Where
where
at?
I'm at right now. I'm in Gwinnett Valley though.
Okay, I'm in Philly in Germantown.
Hmm.
And after my son was murdered, a lot of people was murdered. And yeah, the streets always talking. And I did the best, I could do as a mom. His father, absent father, he had a stepfather and, uncles. And I always felt that I had to overcompensate my kids by giving them. And I'm realizing now that you can't buy your kids love. You can't buy nothing. All I could do was teach them. And when I realized that my kids, my son, I had one son and 2 daughters, that my son was in trouble, I sent them away. I sent them down to Atlanta. And of course, I missed on my only son, my baby boy. But I wanted him to do right. I wanted him, he wasn't raised out in the street. He wasn't raised in that life. We was in church, and anything they wanted, I got. They want a company, okay, who you want to come over? I did the old fashioned, went and met their parents, got the phone number. Yes, your kid could come over, my son could go over there. That's how I was. But when I realized he was, doing wicked stuff, you getting out of Philly and you going to do better. And some of my regrets is letting him come back to Philly. And then when he got locked up, I always was there, Mom, I'm not coming to see you and this and that. I'm not getting no lawyer, da da da. He called me, and of course, I cried. I was like, okay, because, they come bang your door down, order it. I'm scared of it. I'm petrified of cops. And I thank y'all. I got him a lawyer and everything. And my thing, it's a standy. My thing was, had I not got him that lawyer, my son would still be alive because he still would have been incarcerated.
So you
And
live you live with regret from that. You feel like that was your fault.
I do, and it's going on his 5-year death anniversary this year,
Well, I'm
and
I'm a,
I'm
I'm a,
learning.
I'm gonna tell you
Thank you.
this. It's not your fault. It's not your fault, and you got to stop even feeling that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, like I say, God do not allow nothing to happen. You got to see what's the message behind that. That's what it is. It's your fault to find out the message and why it did happen. Not I caused it to happen. You see what I'm saying? So you can be that verse of reason. Feel me? And I know that's hard to kind of like grab, but don't nothing happen by coincidence. So you find out why it did happen and what I supposed to be doing about not feeling
And I,
regret of it.
I'm out here advocating. I do my work. We started a foundation and do a lot of stuff in his honor. But I miss my baby so much. And I just want all this gun violence, all this gang mess to stop. And the thing is, when he walked away, the streets wouldn't allow him.
Uh-uh.
And
Uh-uh.
it's like, and I know. And I was like, come on, let me send you down to Washington State with my older brother. He was like, no, Mom, it is what it is. Like, I can't run from it. It's the life I chose. You didn't do nothing wrong. You gave me everything. You loved me. But I decided this road. And I was an easy mom, but I was a hard mom. My son, when he brought a pew pew in the house and I found it, get that out my house. I'm calling your PL like I was that mom. I'll turn you in myself. And that's what I did. When I
Mm.
went to see him, everybody, I was like, look at y'all. All y'all Negroes look like a bunch of orange popsicles in different shades. Like, it was, the grating is disgusting. Like, I hate jail visits. And like I said, I wasn't going up there, but I missed them so much. And because I have a soft heart, and who wants to see their child like that? But I feel like if I would have put my foot down a little harder and stuck to my guns.
That's what you. That's why they say mom's love is unconditional, and that is true. But and it should stay that way. But you gotta love enough to let go and watch sometimes. Sometimes you love them so much that you get them into more stuff. And that's why I say if you love something, let it go and it'll come back. Sometimes you gotta let it go so you would know you don't have this crutch. You don't have this crutch like that. If you want to solely depend on them motherfuckers that don't want you here and go give a fuck about you until the shirt fade that they put your motherfucking face on, cause they ain't gonna make another one. And before you know
Yeah.
it, they only gonna remember you on your birthday and on the day you left. That's the only time they go think about you, and somebody gonna have to
If they
remind
do,
you of
look,
that
if
shit.
they do, if they do,
Right? Ain't nobody coming over there to say what's up with little man or let me help out with the baby. Nobody. Nobody.
nobody.
And that's why I believe in it. Oh, you run? No, I'm not. I stand on what the fuck I stand on. And if you don't agree with that as my child, then you have to make your conscious decisions by your fucking self. And you're not making them up under this roof. It's
Yep.
rules and regulations in here. If you don't want to abide by what I'm saying, get out there and ain't no coming and can you bring me? I ain't got no food or nothing. When you ready to sit down and do all the shit that I said you got to do, that when you can come back
And
and you
that's
ain't going
exactly,
nowhere.
yep,
Next time you leave, you staying gone.
yep.
You gotta let them sometimes because you bumped your head before, or you done seen somebody else do it. You know the outcome of this shit. So before I put myself in a situation to do that, I'm gonna let you go ahead. Cause it's gonna hurt me more to keep watching you do the same shit and me keep on being your crutch or your wheelchair to get your ass back up and do it again. You gotta have tough love. Love is love, but sometimes it gotta be tough. It can't always be, well, I'm a softie for my kids. Well, I just can't see me saying no to my kids. You better. You
Mhm,
fucking better.
mhm, mhm. And now I'm like, I go through this thing where one minute I forgive his killer, the next minute I don't, and I'm like going back and forth. And I'm telling it's an all-out war in Philly, all-out war, and it's
And how do
bad.
it start?
It's when I say it's bad, it's bad. And I tell them not to retaliate, but they only
That ain't
going to
going
listen to me.
because you gotta
It
understand your son. For them retaliating and doing all the stuff they doing behind your son, it tells you, and I ain't being rude. It tells you what type of respect
I
he
know.
had out there because of the things he was doing. And that's why he was saying, I can't leave because his loyalty was to them people that he was with. And he probably was responsible for some motherfucking mamas crying too. But
Mhm,
karma
mhm.
don't pick and choose who it fuck with. It don't. You know what I'm saying? And that's the first
Exactly.
thing I say when I see these young kids dying. I go look them up. And when I look them up, everywhere and gang signs and all that. And I'd be like, damn. And a lot of mothers don't be honest with themselves and be like, well, I know they was in it. They give you that, oh, he was the best kid in the world. He ain't
Nope.
get into me. You know what your kid was doing.
And I
You know
tell
what your kid was
anybody
doing.
all day, my son, he was into some stuff. The stuff I knew of, I went right down to the PL office and told. I did because I wanted to save my son from himself. I didn't want to be sitting up here crying. And then when he came home with, telling me the girl was pregnant and then decided, he got to get his life together, it was too late. Everything from the age of 16, the guys wearing the saggy pants and parking the car double park, loud music, all that. He did a 360 in a matter of 3 months. And next thing I know, I'm getting a phone call to meet me meet the ambulance at the hospital. And that broke my heart. That
And you
really,
got another chance. You get another chance. That's why God let your son stay long enough to give you somebody else to fix your mistakes because daddy ain't here. You get to step up and do all the stuff you're supposed to, and that's gonna make him proud because he still gotta look over you. He still, you feel me? You gotta start living for your son to be happy because you know he was trying to
thank
change
y'all.
and he got a chance to change before he had to deal with what he dealt with. He had a chance to change so he can become an angel or whatever it is to look over you because he know that you go do what's right for him. Your job now is not to be sad about him, but to make sure that his son don't go through the same thing because that's what he would want for his son. And you got to instill that as being the closest one to him on your side, on the kid's dad's side of the family. Now you get to
Right.
instill that in him, and you get to live through him because when that baby grow up, you gonna start seeing your son in him, and that ain't gonna be nothing but
And
him
it
talking.
already started, Pastor. It already started. And that's why I gravitated towards you, because a lot of stuff that you do and is very similar to what my son, how y'all talk, smoking a hookah audience. So thank y'all so much. And please
Appreciate you
continue
too.
to stand up.
Amen.
It is. I mean, no matter what, there ain't no. I can only imagine because I don't have no frame of reference for that. But there's nothing natural about an older generation burying their youth in any society, regardless. That goes against all nature's rules. As was said earlier. And I'm sorry for your loss, and I hope you're not beating yourself up over it too much because there's nothing that we can do. We can't put them in a bubble. They're not going to be. We're not going to be able to surveil them 24/7. We, as the parents or as the older generation, need to instill within them how to make the correct decisions. That's why what was said earlier is the parenting, the education, everything starts in the home. We can't be like, well, all my black history was from that white teacher was Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks. Well, it's not for that white teacher. It's not her responsibility. That starts in the house. We have to tell our people where we came from. Likewise, we have to tell our youngsters how they should act, and we should probably get into the talk, about how to really respond when in police custody or when we're being detained or whatever like that at another time. And we will unravel that as well because that's important, even to know what age you want to start talking to children about that. Because like P said, it's pre-adolescence out here that's getting handled out here by if they don't know just to say mom or dad or attorney or lawyer, it's a problem. Or if they just, what I'm saying, they're getting shot at all ages, and it's on us to teach them how to think wisely when they get into these precarious situations. So we're going to hammer that issue as well, all in the future. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay tuned. All of this is going to be part of what's up and coming.
Facts.
Kirk, you
I
gotta
love
get
it.
back to the studio, man.
I love it. I'm moving around. Yeah, man. I got some stuff going on here, but
Uh,
I'm here. Man, you know what I'm saying, man? I appreciate you, brothers, man. Like respectfully, and I think, man, people gonna love it, man. They loving it. Matter of fact, I see the energy. So, keep it up, bro. You know what I'm saying? They only could go up from here. And when men speaking, bro, like I'm talking about this what we need. I just think about how back in the days when it was Dr. King and all of those men was coming together, bro, like for a great cause, trying to bring unity and harmony. Like we the new Martin Luther Kings and shit, bro. Like it start with the men. Like we gotta get that shit back in order, no matter how society say that this is supposed to be like this. Nah, the order is the man first, then the woman. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? And I think, and we stay consistent though, like, like there's a lot of shit that gonna be, you know, laid out like it's supposed to, you know what I'm saying? So I'm with it, bro. I'm in. I'm all the way in. God use soldiers, man. I feel like that's what we are. You feel me? Like everybody got their own personality. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody no robot. You feel me? And shit, that's what we need. We need some stand up guys, dog, that ain't fucking controlled by what the society is saying that they should be controlled by. You feel me? So I'm with it, gang.
all right, man. Be easy. We back on tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern, and
Yeah.
then whatever time, whatever day you come up with, it'll be the next time.
I'ma holler at y'all.
All right.
I love.
If it was up to me, on my days off, I do. I'm gonna do something every day because you gotta drill this shit before it become normal. You gotta drill it, and drill it. And us taking days off, there's gonna be a lot of people that miss it and forget. Oh, I forgot they was coming on Thursday. I forgot. When you see them every day and then they get interested in it, it become a part of their everyday, just like the bullshit we get into. Then they be looking forward to it. They won't miss it. But you gotta instill this shit in them, and then they come around and won't miss none of the shit. They make sure they always there.
It's just like anything else, you know.
Hey, yo, what up, P?
Gotta have
What's
regularly
up,
scheduled
bro?
programs. What's happening with you?
Hey, look, man, I was just listening to what y'all was talking about. I'll get with you, man. I'm gonna send you some stuff, man, that y'all might want to, you know what I'm saying, some stuff that y'all might need to use or whatever, to be able to, express on y'all, on the topics that y'all discussing as well. And then, if some of these people let me know what city and what state they in, I may be able to hook them up with some resources as far as some mentorship programs and stuff that I notice out there.
Yeah, you come through whenever you want, man, because you got a lot of stuff you got in your goddamn vault in your attic that you can release. It's just getting dust
Yeah,
on. You got a lot of wisdom with dust on it because you ain't got, you giving it away, but the streets need it.
yeah. So I'll definitely be I'll definitely be coming through to holler at y'all at any time, man. You know what I'm saying? You say y'all can be doing this on Thursdays?
No, we tomorrow at 8:30 on Talk Sick panel.
Okay. Well, let me follow him.
Right.
Um, I just followed you, homie. So tomorrow when I see y'all on, I'll come through and holler at y'all.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right, bro. All right, take it easy.
All right. What is going on? This dude serious.
But you're right, though, on the routine. We got to get into a routine and whatnot. That way, people are just
What
accustomed
was
to
you
know when
trying
we
to
come
go
for
on?
seconds.
Come on, y'all. Don't start that. Please don't. Okay, that mean I gotta kick everybody out. Um, I ain't finna keep doing that. If you come back up, you was in the queue on purpose.
Hello, how's
Hello.
everyone? I have a good example. I raised my stepson from the age of 5. Um, he's like 20, 29 now, and him and his girlfriend had got into it, and his girl, he told his girlfriend, she stayed out all night, so he was mad because she stayed out all night. And his first example was, my mama has never stayed out all night, so he didn't understand that. So I had to sit down and talk to him and let him know his mama did stay out all night, but I was always home when he woke up. So he always respected I came in at a decent hour. So he thought I never stayed out all night. So he didn't understand that by his girlfriend. So he thought that was very disrespectful because he didn't know if his mom ever doing that. So kids actually watch what the parents do if we don't know that. So us as parents have to watch what we do in front of our kids also. And I just wanted to share that.
Amen.
Thank you for letting me come up.
Kids are
You my mama. If you stay out all night, that's cool. But my girl stay out all night, our relationship over. There's no excuse for you not making it home. Never, ever, ever, ever. ever. I ain't understanding shit. If you ain't at the motherfucking emergency room or locked up, I'm not understanding. You not coming home. You ain't making me understand. Period.
That's
Period.
one thing
It's a wrap.
with mom.
Promise you.
Mom says that you don't have much of a choice. That's what mom's going to do with the child. But you know what I'm saying? With your girlfriend,
Your volume going out.
is it?
I mean, yeah, your voice real low.
Oh, okay. My bad. Yeah,
I
but
can hear you though. Come back,
yeah.
Sonny.
So all I'm saying is, I mean, with your mama, you can't really choose your mama. If your mama's doing something, she gonna do what she do. She's the grown up. You know what I'm saying? If your girlfriend is doing it, you have a say in the matter. You know what I'm saying? You can't choose your mama. You could choose your girlfriend.
Mm. If your mama come home every night and your daddy there, then that's different. But just saying, every night my mom was home. If it ain't no daddy there, you gotta be relevant to the relationship. What up, Sonny?
Oh, I just wanted to add to what she was saying. Like kids really, they really do listen to like 80% of what you do and 20% of what you say. I really do believe that.
And lead by
Because
example.
they gonna be, I mean, if you're not setting an example for them when they not around you, they're gonna be who they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be
That's
whatever
true.
they see. If you
I
swearing
agree.
and you, and I'm glad like a lot of mothers came up there and they realized that they were just buying their kids. We got to get out of that.
Definitely do.
I just wanted to come up here and say that a bit.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Kids see if you saying one thing and you acting something else, they know if you're a hypocrite or not. You know what I'm saying? You got to have some integrity about yourself. You know what I'm saying? They'll know you see. What's that, Taylor May?
I can't hear y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, facts. No, I was saying in the comments, I was like, your kids don't do what you tell them to do. They do what they see you doing. Like I was a young mother. I'm gonna say mother, not mama, because I never been a mama. I was a mother. I had my first at 14, my girl, but I didn't wear tight clothes and skimpy stuff because your children want to be like you. They're a reflection of you. They look at you. Because I remember being young in the mirror, mimicking my mom. I had a rolled up piece of paper in my mouth like it was a cigarette, and I was just cussing away. And my mama instantly whooped me, and she said, "What was you doing?" And I said, "I was trying to be you." And my mama bust out crying because the fact, and she apologized for whooping me because she understood. She didn't ask me first, she just started off whooping me, and then she asked what was I doing, and I said I was trying to be you, and she cussed and smoked. So that was a reflection. I was just trying to be her. So I knew that as a little girl. So when I started having my children, even though I had children early, I always was a mother. I watched what I do. I smoked, but I didn't smoke around them. You know what I'm saying? And like you were saying, I was like, dang, I must have been your mama when you said I kept my kids in all the sports because my mother was the type of mother, oh, long as you do it at home, it's fine. As far as the smoking and stuff, that wasn't fine because that's why I was having kids that early. So I knew, okay, I ain't doing that. I'm going to change that, but I kept my kids in sports and y'all act up in school or your grades. I don't care. And my boys was good. They was always quarterbacks and wide receiver. So they need them in the game. I don't care what the coaches said. I'm taking them to the game, but guess what? You're going to sit on this bench and you're going to sit it out. And that hurt them more. So I ain't had no more problems in school in that area, like, because I would show them, I don't care how important you is to this team. I'm trying to get you to another team, to the winning team, this youth league. And it wasn't no privacy in my house. I'll take your door off the hinges. Ain't no privacy. I'm going through everything. Everything. When you pay bills, you can, and then I'll shut the at the end. Well, my kid's grown, but the last one, he 19, so he got caught some of the social media stuff, that trend. The other ones was outside kids, but the last one, oh, I'll unplug the Wi-Fi router because I took that phone, you might have snuck one of your friend probably gave you a phone. You probably got an old phone. You think you're gonna go online when I'm asleep? Nope, router off. Like I really like punish them, like take what they want And it ain't, but also we just beat our kids down, tell them, oh, you ain't this, you did that, da da da. But you also gotta praise them and bring them up when they doing right. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Oh, that's dope. I like that. And if I sit them down, talk to them, see what they like. And then, like back in our day, I'm trying to fill all this in at once. I'm sorry, y'all, trying to go over all the topics because I was in the comments going off and people disagreeing with me. But far as like letting them go places and stuff. I need to meet your mama, the friend's mama, the daddy, see what they about, what they into. My daughter, I didn't let her go nowhere because I don't trust that you ain't gonna go out and then your boyfriend there with my kids. And that was just me, But I was a young mother by 24. I had 3 kids. But all my kids became something. I got a 29-year-old daughter. She's 29 now. She's an anesthesiologist. She worked for a plastic surgeon. She didn't have sex, even though I put her on birth control at 13. And I knew she wasn't having sex. And I talked to her and I told her, I'm just scared of my mistakes that you might make. My boy might kiss you when your clothes fall off. And I asked her about putting her on birth control. And she was like, whatever will make you comfortable, Mom. I said, good, because your appointment for tomorrow. And she just bust out laughing. But she didn't have sex till she was engaged at 24 and then married. My son, on the other hand, he's 25. He got 3 children. He had his first one at 18, but also I put him out at 14. You got to go. You can't follow my rules. You got to go because his little brother looked up to him. So I'd rather lose one than 2. But I didn't just put him out there in the streets. I helped him get a job and bought him a car at 14. So now I gave you all the tools. Let me see what you gonna build. And he did. He built the family. He built his own company. And he's only 25 now. So I'm super proud of him. Even though he started early like me, he still made something of himself. And then by them two being successful with a 19-year-old little brother coming up, we all taught him a little bit of everything that we know. And now he doing construction and he done built his own little stuff. And all his partners that he had in the street, he brought all them out of town with him. And now they all going all the way around doing construction. And guess what? He ain't never done no construction in his life. He learned everything off of YouTube. And he built the whole company and then taught other people. So so social media can help, you know what I'm saying? But it's what you use it for. But that's all I wanted to say. But thank y'all because the community really need this for real. And y'all men step up. Y'all know the order. God, men, women, and children. Y'all step up, we'll follow. They try to act like the black woman is hard. No, we need stand up black men. And we following. Because I follow my husband to the end of the earth. But thank you guys.
All right.
All right.
I had something to say and I lost track of mine.
She gave her son some business savvy. They were entrepreneurs of their own. We need a little bit more of that in our communities. Teach our youth, how to prepare for business, how to budget. We could buy them the little Jordans and whatnot, but if they could buy their own, they might have a different appreciation for things. You know what I'm saying? Give them a work ethic. That's what they might need more often than anything else. You could give them a fish, or we could teach them how to go fishing. My bad.
You good? What used to make me the maddest is when I couldn't quit sports and my mom would take me off the team. That shit used to fuck me up. You hear me? I used to start. You feel like kids be having dreams of making it big, right? And if you get a kid that is outstanding or above average in them type of sports, I won't take my son. He got to do some heinous shit to get took off the team. But I will go tell the coach he can't play the first half. I'll sit your ass down because I want you to sit on the bench and be embarrassed. You a starter and all that. He ain't playing, or coach, he only get to play 1 quarter. You can play in whatever quarter you feel you need him the most. But if you don't need him, don't let him get in the game at all, period. And you go to practice and I'll sit up there with you and all type of shit like that. Because I know like a lot of shit, my mom used to always take me off the teams, right? and I went to college on a full scholarship for football. And when I got there, me getting took off the team so much, I really didn't give a fuck about the team. I'm here on a scholarship, and I ain't doing none of the shit I'm supposed to do. Just being the athlete, I still got to play and shit. And then I tell you, I set out a year after high school. I had a scholarship, and I set out a year because I was going. My girlfriend was a junior. I graduated, so her senior year, I set out. I stayed home. I went to Job Corps and did all types of weird shit. And when she graduated, we both went to the same college. She was going to the same college I had a scholarship to. So I went to a football camp and got my same scholarship back. So I set out a year and still had the same scholarship. I'll go to school, no guidance at all, period. Play 1 year of football, quit, get into selling dope and all, got a baby on the way. My girl ended up getting pregnant. I quit. I'm selling dope. I'm selling dope at school. I done dropped out of school and still stay down there. I got my own crib and just not giving a fuck. Now the backstory is when I was in high school, right? I played football. My senior year, I was a star. I was the wide receiver. I ain't come out the game. It was another dude behind me that was just as good, but I had seniority over him, and he still had another year. So when I set out a year, he still had a year to graduate also. He graduated with my what became my kid's mom. He went to the same school as me and sat on the same bench again behind me. When I dropped out, he became the starter and went to the NFL. His name
And went to the
Nate
NFL.
Washington. His name Nate Washington. He got a Super Bowl with the Steelers and everything. And that's why I be so hard on mine because I ain't I'm not gonna let him fail like that. You hear me? I ain't letting him. And I swear, that's my everybody that I know, they always say that, man, you're supposed to be in the league. You're supposed to be in the NFL. And that's what made me sell more dope. When I seen him go to the NFL, I'm like, I'm supposed to be rich. So now I ain't selling weed no more. I'm selling dope. Now where that motherfucking dope at? Because I'm supposed to be rich. I'm supposed to be living like dude. And I started chasing my dreams through the streets while watching somebody that sat behind me for years, goddamn it, wait his turn and take advantage of the shit.
That's one way to get it. You know, I mean, you either gonna get it in the streets, but that I mean that's not gonna last forever. Eventually, you're gonna have to increase your own value
Right.
on the market. You know what I'm saying? What are you really worth? You know what I'm saying? Why is somebody gonna pay you for something? You know what I'm saying? Whether it's through education or whatever experience, like the lady says, somebody learn his whole trade on YouTube. All you got to do is, if information and knowledge is power, and we live in an information age, get all the power you can. Learn what you can that will increase your value on the job market, so you always have something to fall back on. But don't let the job market be the only thing that dictates your future. Try to be your own boss. Try to not work for somebody. Have people working for you.
I'm gonna bring up Miss Janice, then we go close it out, y'all.
Oh Lord,
Jeez.
I didn't even know I had clicked, but that is nothing but
No.
God. I didn't even know I had. But anyway, I'm gonna say this. This has been excellent, and I just want to tell the young ladies that are in this live that I was married. I got married at a young age. I was married at 16. I was married at 15 in 1969, August 2nd. That's when I got married. I had my son in 1970. I was a young mother, and I didn't want to stay home because my mother started having her own children. But my friends that I was with did not let me just be out there on my own. They said, "Well, Janice, why don't you go back to school? Why don't you go to college?" That's what I did. I went to two different colleges. I took fine and performing arts in one college, and I took communications at another college. Then, on top of that, I didn't even know I was going to go into teaching. So I started teaching school. My homeroom was my sixth grade class. I had sixth, seventh, and eighth for social studies, gym, and all of that. From there, I never knew that I was going to get into radio. But I went to New York because I had a piece of paper at home I was cleaning, and I went to an auditioning, and I passed an auditioning for voice for Maxwell House Coffee and a wine commercial. I passed that and wind up with my own radio show in New York City. That was back in the 70s. I wind up doing that, wind up with my own press card for the National Broadcasting System in New York City. Got to visit, got to, let me tell you, got to be out in the entertainment field, um, interviewing Ray Goodman and Brown, Chaka Khan, all of them, Studio 54, all back then in the day. Sylvester, which is now passed away. I can tell you, the young ladies, if you just take time out to really, really, really search yourself, if you want to, I'm on this app all day. Now, I won't say all day because I do have a life outside this app. But when I go live, if you want to talk, I am willing to talk and educate you on a lot of things. Maybe you don't want to listen to me because I'm 68 years old, but my 68 young self could tell you a couple of things or two or three. And I guarantee it will help you along the way. It's about us pulling together. These young men have sat up here tonight. They have voiced and talked about everything which they're going to start doing, I guess, every night that Keith is going to do it. But you young ladies, I know some of y'all don't want to learn about old school, but I'm gonna tell you, if you can learn from the old school, it would teach you in the new school. Because the new black folks that I'm seeing today, I am horrified of. I have never seen this in my life, and I grew up in the hood. But the new generation of black young women and men, I don't understand. But I am here because somebody taught me, and I'm willing to teach you. And if you want to come to my live anytime, I do single lives majority of the time. But I can set up for a panel, whereas I can sit and talk to you young ladies about the streets. The streets back in the day is not like it is today. But I can sit and tell you a couple of things or two. Yeah, I used to smoke marijuana back in the day. I used to drink Tanqueray grapefruit juice. I am an Eastern Star. There's a lot of things in my life that I don't bring to this app because I'm not a messy person. I stay to myself. But if you ever need help with anything, I am willing to talk to you. You can DM me anytime. And if you want me to call you at home, it's no problem because everything stays with me. It is an honor and a privilege for me to see this tonight, what has gone on. And I hope Keith and Slick and Turk and anybody else that sit with these young brothers tonight get all the knowledge that you can. They're talking about jail. They're talking about your, bringing up your kids, the young men that needs to be to hear brothers like this, not hearing about going and sleeping with Tom, Dick, and Harry without having protection on and all of this. No, these young men are sitting here willing to, to talk to you about life. So take heed, take the word, take everything, the knowledge that you can, take the meat. If you don't want to take the bones, spit the bones out, take the meat because you need the meat. God bless you guys. I love you and I appreciate you, Keith. With all my heart, I love you, son. And I'm stepping down.
All right, Mama. Love you too. See you soon.
Appreciate you.
I'll be quick. Only thing I wanted to do was just commend you, P, is because nobody is perfect, but I've been with my husband 16 years, and the one thing I want to commend you on is being a leader, because a lot of women don't want to admit it. We can still be a boss, but still have a husband who is the head of the household. And even if he's not our husband, the way that I hear you talk about, you never hate on your baby's mothers. You make sure that their boyfriends can drop the kids off to your house. The way you do that, one thing you don't understand, well, I hope you understand, is that you're teaching your sons that, they'll teach their sons that, and it's setting us up for a future generation of not hating, helping our significant others, whether they're our babies' mothers, husbands, wives, everything, build together, and seeing that come from someone who's maybe not white collar or whatever, but just a regular dude is very important to the guys that I know who are still in the street and doing that. So I really just want to commend you for having that type of attitude. And what you may not even see is the fact that your children see you doing that. They're going to continue to pass that down, and that's going to build strong relationships going forward.
Appreciate that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Talk sick. Anything? Appreciate you for goddamn. Talk sick had hit me up after we had already talked about we was gonna do a panel like this. He hit me up on the same type of time without even knowing that we was doing a panel like this. So that was good.
The stars are aligned. And off to Miss Janice, I know it's hard to it may be difficult to understand kids these days or whatever. And I was one of them at one point thinking I knew everything. Kids think they know everything only because they don't know how much there is to know. So in their limited little mindset, they think they got it all. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. You know what I'm saying? They don't realize all the shit that's behind the scenes. You only see this much of an iceberg, but the real damage is underneath the water. You can't even see it. So we're going to try to expose what we can to give them some greater understanding. Hey, I appreciate you for letting me hang out with you. You know what I'm saying?